Welcome to NEXTGames Odyssey series, episode 23, covering the Shield Jail NM Dealan-Dhe on Vengeance 10. Now in this video, we'll first start by going over the Vengeance 10 battle strategy that I recommend, and also comparing it to Vengeance 0 and 5 in regards to how difficult it is, and then I'll show you a battle example of Red Mage taking this on the Vengeance 10 difficulty. Now the future of the Odyssey series is now going to be devoted to Vengeance levels. The higher Vengeance level you attempt a run on, the more RP you're going to get on that particular NM, so I felt it important to showcase the differences in these levels so that people could best gauge where they may take on the content to get the most for their RP. Now, if you are new to Odyssey and would like to know more about the specifics of these NMs, please check out my videos already covering them in detail. Now in the Vengeance 0 difficulty, I did 1868 Alliance DPS and killed it in 2 minutes with my ninja. The boss had approximately 250,000 hit points. Now in Vengeance 5, I did 1361 Alliance DPS and killed it in 6 minutes with Ninja. The boss had approximately 500,000 hit points in this instance, and it earned us 68 RP. Now for my Vengeance 10 run, I chose to change it up and take it on with Red Mage, thinking it should take me around 10 minutes. It actually took me the full 15, and I barely got out with the win in time. In that Vengeance 10 battle example you're about to see, I did 1041 Alliance DPS and killed it in 12 minutes. The boss had approximately 900,000 hit points, and it earned us 192 RP, or just under 3 times the amount we got for beating it on Vengeance 5. Now of course what all this means is that I'm expecting Vengeance 15 to have around 1.25 million hit points, and Vengeance 20 to have about 1.5 million hit points. So if we have any hope of taking this on solo on Vengeance 15, we're going to need to find a way to get back above 1500 DPS for the Alliance to finish in time by my estimation. Now I will be attempting this next week and will of course be reporting back on my progress to let you all know how it goes. Now let's go ahead and discuss exactly what went right and what went wrong during this Red Mage run so that we can learn just what made it take 15 minutes. Well, the first mistake I made was buff time. Now if you're solo and on Vengeance 10 or higher, you quite possibly are going to need every minute like we did in my run. Obviously, you want to get your main buffs up, but after those are up, I suggest pulling the NM and starting to get your damage in. I used 2.5 minutes buffing, and in hindsight, I should have headed in after I dropped shock spikes and potentially had another minute to my run. Now my second mistake in this run was not gearing for it properly. I planned on just using the same old gear swap file that I always use, even though I no longer have my sub job. And of course, if I don't have my sub job, I don't have dual wield, so my dual wield 14 was entirely going to waste and should have been replaced with stronger multi-hit gear. Also, don't forget your shield, as there's not going to be a dagger in that offhand. Also, there's absolutely no reason to have full DT in this particular fight, which is what I was in. Due to this, my TP gain was suffering greatly during this fight, and after this fight, I set up a proper gear swap with me in multi-hit specific gear and leaving my DT at only 29%. I expect this set to show a marked increase in DPS, and we'll see exactly how it does in our next Odyssey video. I also wanted to take a brief minute here just to explain the different RP levels you will get from the different Vengeance levels and why it makes such a difference. As you know, we're getting 192 RP on Vengeance 10 and it takes us just one run. If we're lucky, we can get 392 RP with Ninja by beating a Vengeance 15 in a single run. However, it might be possible that we have to go into a second run to get that. However, that is still almost twice as much RP that we got on Vengeance 10. So it very well may be worth it. Likewise, Vengeance 20 is almost 3 times the RP that we would get in Vengeance 10. So assuming Vengeance 20 would take us 2 runs to win, we would be getting 3 times the RP we would have had we just done 2 separate Vengeance 10 runs. So it's definitely worth it to do the higher level runs, as long as your risk is low from dying from the boss. Also note that RP is earned as the hit point of the boss goes down, so we don't even have to win in order to get these higher RP numbers. We also have the choice of actually leaving after that first run, as opposed to going back in. So let's say for instance we got him down to 20% hit points in that first run, well there's only 20% left of his RP left to get, so it might not make sense to go in for that second run unless somebody needs the clear. However, if we got him right around to that 50% level, well we can go right back in again and still continue getting RP on that same NM and get the win. Last thing I'm going to cover is Trust. I'm using Arky-V to tank, Matsui P for MB damage, Joaquin for marches, Monboro and Kupipi for cures. Now note, this fight itself is very easy, with little risk, so at this point it just becomes a check on if you can get in enough damage in time. When I try this on Vengeance 15, I am torn on whether I swap in Korumoru for Arc EV, Matsui P, or Monboro. I'm thinking Monboro at this time. I just hope there's still enough healing to keep Arc EV alive, as I need to focus 100% on damage. Okay, that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of this run looks like. Enjoy the rest of the run, everyone. That'll be it for the Vengeance 10 difficulty of Dealan-Dhe. I hope you found that helpful. Next week we'll be covering Vengeance 15 of Dealan-Dhe, so be sure to check back then and see how it goes. And in our next episode, we will be covering Odyssey on the Vengeance 10 difficulty. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.